Hello, welcome to Rose Movie Recap Channel. This drama is about a boy named Seo Jiwan. 10 years ago is shown where his father was a gangster, and he was also part of it. However, his father got arrested, and he disbanded the group. Jiwan started to change his life completely by opening Thirsty Deer Company for producing meat and sausages. The special factor is that he only hires ex-cons who want to change their life and earn money. The female lead's name is Jan and Unha. She is a content creator working for an agency. She is wearing a police officer's uniform for her YouTube video. Her friend Miho calls her and asks her to join her at the club. She is a very positive and cheerful girl who loves to make videos for kids, so all of her contents are made for children to entertain them. Jiwan also goes to the same club because one of his employees is missing, and he is suspecting Yang Hui, who was part of their gang before, and he's Jiwan's enemy now. Inside the club, Unha is about to fall down, but Jiwan saves her by grabbing from her back. When she falls down, the candies fall from her pocket, and he helps her to collect them. Jiwan then goes downstairs and shows his employee's picture to them. Yang Hui's right-hand man's name is Lee Gang-gil. He says that they don't know where he is, and starts hitting the other employee of the club just to make it realistic for Jiwan that he also wants to help him find out his location. Jiwan stops him from hitting the boy further. At that moment, Una and her friend Miho are also there watching the scene. Una thinks that Jiwan is the one who hit the employee as the broken bottle is now in his hand. They both want to escape from there, but she gets pushed, and her cloak falls down, and everyone sees her uniform. They think that she is a police officer. She gets into her character and tells him to surrender and drop the bottle. She takes out her fake handcuffs and puts it on his hands. He's trying to explain to her, but then notices her sparkly shoes and realizes that she isn't a real police officer. However, the real cops come, and Una gets the chance to run away with her friend. They take him to police station, but release him after checking the security camera. Una's boss is not very happy with her channel, as she doesn't want to advertise expensive toys, because not every parent can afford buying them. Jiwan is living with 5 other men who are also ex-cons and are working in his company. They are like a real family for each other and respect Jiwan a lot because he saved them. Ju Il-yong is his lawyer. He shows him a picture and tells him that the new drugs that are out look like candies. This is again done by their enemy, Yang Hui. He immediately recognizes those as he saw the candies falling from Unha's bag back at the club that night. Now he is thinking that Unha was there at the club helping for the distribution of that drug. One day, she is at her part-time job when Jiwan is also there. A drunk man pulls out her costume's head, and he sees her. She is scared of him because of the incident of that night, so she starts running away from him. But he goes after her with all his force to know about the drugs. He finally catches her and asks her what the things were that she carried that night at the club. She goes to get her bag and tries eating all the candies in it to prove him that they are just candies. He thinks that she wants to take her life and helps her to throw them out of her mouth. One of them gets stuck in her throat. That one is a heart-shaped candy, which gets thrown into Jiwan's mouth. They go to hospital together to test it, and the result is negative. She starts talking to him about the fact that she was right, and he was just accusing her. He then tells her to stay away from people like him because they are dangerous, and she can get hurt. He then yells at her to stay away from him for 50 meters. She then runs quickly and leaves. It is Kids Festival. From their agency, Unha is sent there to play with the kids and advertise milk. Jiwan is also there with his team to advertise their new sausage product for the kids. As he is walking around, he suddenly notices Unha playing with the kids. She is very happy and cheerful. She gets his attention, and he can't take his eyes off of her, and he's mesmerized by her charms. He goes to restroom to clean up the flour on his coat. She is also cleaning the floor. As he is passing behind her, she accidentally hits him with the back of the mop. It hits his ribs. He's then about to fall down from the stairs and tries to grab from her hand. She suddenly sees his face and recognizes him, who told her to stay away from him for 50 meters. She pushes him because she's scared, and Jiwan falls down from the stairs. His friends take him to the hospital, and there are only some fractures on his ribs. The whole family makes chaos about this, saying she might be a spy from their enemies, or it was all plotted. However, Jiwon says that they should definitely not bother her. When everyone leaves, he starts searching her name, which they call her Mini Oni. He finds her channel and starts watching all her videos and doesn't sleep at all. He doesn't miss a single video. He has fallen in love with her, which is his first time doing so. Una visits him to see how he's doing. He gets very surprised because he was just dreaming about her. He pretends to be fine in front of her. At that moment, his friends call him and want to enter the room. He doesn't want them to see her there, as he believes they would want to question her about the incident. He hides her under his blanket and asks them to leave quickly. When they leave, Una comes out and they both get very shy while looking at each other. After she is gone, he keeps remembering her and blushing. He seems tough on the outside, but he's a very soft and emotional person. Unha suddenly rushes to her agency and asks about the recent upload on her channel. She didn't upload the video herself. Her boss uploaded a video from the event showcasing thirsty Deer Company employees as evil ex-cons. He did this for getting more views. She asks him to remove it, but he doesn't. Jiwon thinks that Unha did it and becomes very disappointed in her. He goes to there, and they threaten them that they will sue them if they don't remove the video, which contains fake news. The boss gets scared and blames Unha for it. She comes there too to secretly take the drive with the videos in it. At that moment, Jiwon also sees her. She goes after them to explain to them. He asks her for how much she posted that video, and if views and money are really that important to her. He then leaves. Una opens up the videos and sends all of them to the Thirsty Deer Company's marketing team. Hongi, who is the marketing team's leader, gets the videos and publishes them. Those videos contain the scenes that all Thirsty Deer workers are friendly with the kids and happily give them sausages to try. This clears all the misunderstandings. Also, Il-young tells Jiwon that Unha gave the videos to them, and she wasn't able to upload them on her own channel as they changed the password. Jiwon now knows that she didn't post that video, and he is feeling very guilty now for saying those words to her. He goes out of his room and sees Unha at the hospital. He follows her. She voluntarily goes to the hospital each month to entertain the kids there. He is also watching her from outside and falls more for her as she is happily playing with the kids there. He then follows her outside. When she is at the bus station, she suddenly notices him standing behind the penguin poster. He approaches her and apologizes for what he said before. All the misunderstandings are clear now. Jiwon gets very soft and shy in front of her. The day of his discharge from the hospital, he sees Unha getting out of the taxi and rushing to the hospital. The day of the festival, Unha was advertising milk, that it's very healthy and organic. However, it turned out that many kids became food poisoned because of it, so now they are blaming her for advertising it. But this was given to her by her boss. She is very worried about the kids, so she rushes to the hospital to see how they are doing. Parents see her and get angry. One of them throws the milk at her. At that moment, Jiwon comes and shields her. The milk is spilled all over his coat. He approaches her and asks her to close her eyes. He then carries her on his back and tells everyone there to blame the milk company and not her. He takes her out and offers her ride. She is very sad and disappointed, as she is feeling responsible for what happened to the kids. She tells Jiwon that her only dream is to make the kids happy. When they arrive, Il-young gives Jiwon's card to Unha. Jiwon wants to find an excuse to meet her again, so he starts saying that his coat got dirty and needs to be cleaned. So she would offer him to take his coat and clean it, which this actually happened. She is sad and remembers her childhood friend, whom she has lost and can't find him. She only knows his name, which is Hyun-woo. He was the only person who played with her and made good memories for her. It has been years that she has been searching for him and can't find him. They suspend her channel, and she tells them that she wants to take a break before coming back. She goes back home, fixes one of the buttons of Jiwon's coat, and tries wearing it. She says that he really has wide shoulders. At night, Jiwon checks Unha's channel and sees that the videos are gone. He suddenly becomes depressed that he can't watch her videos as he did every day. This is devastating for him. Unha goes outside to eat food, and Jiwon sees her and joins her. They start eating together. He can't drink as he gets drunk easily. However, he wants to join her, so he starts drinking a little. However, he gets very drunk, and Unha can't control him. He starts acting like a little kid and runs towards the park's playground. He gets very cheerful, unlike his usual behavior, and starts playing with Unha with different rides. Both of them are having a lot of fun playing around. She is riding the swing now, which she used to do with Hyunwoo Oppa in the past. Jiwon is looking at her with love and tells her to be careful. After running around and playing, they get tired and lie on the ground. He asks her if she is feeling happy now. She says yes, that he changed her bad mood and made her smile on one of her saddest days. His gaze to her is very lovely, and he starts smiling. He then tells her that he misses her videos, and she should start making them again. They both stare at each other romantically. When she wants to get up, she falls on him. Jiwon is drunk, but Unha gets very shy. Il-yong picks up Jiwon to take him home. He made her smile and changed her day completely. He confesses to Il-yong that he had a lot of fun today. The next day, he becomes sober and remembers what he did in the playground, and that he told Unha that he misses her videos. He becomes very embarrassed. He suddenly gets a text from Unha, where she asks him if he got home safely last night. He's very surprised and happy at the same time. They are having a meeting at the company, but he is still thinking about that, where everyone notices that he isn't paying attention to them. Jiwon suddenly imagines her besides him. He even gets shy in his imagination and starts making excuses for last night. In his imagination, she is trying to get close to him, but he gets flustered and tries to keep his distance from her. Unha's home contract is over, and she gets kicked out of her house. Her friend is busy with her father, so she doesn't ask her friend to stay at her house. She takes her bag and Jiwon's coat and goes to her childhood neighborhood where she used to live there and play with Hyunwoo. Once she gets there, she starts remembering her past where they played on the stairs. It suddenly starts raining. She covers herself with his coat. Suddenly, she sees that Jiwon is approaching her with an umbrella. It turns out that Jiwon is living at that house that Hyunwoo used to live in the basement. He notices that she doesn't have anywhere to go, so he offers her to go inside. He puts the umbrella over her head and takes her inside. She is drying herself in the bathroom and starts crying because she loves creating contents for the kids and can't imagine herself not doing it anymore. She wants to leave, but he offers her to eat ramen together before leaving. He prepares ramen for her, but she falls asleep as she is very tired. He makes sure to not make any noise and puts blanket on her to sleep. He is then sitting there and watches her while she is sleeping. He wants to protect her and take care of herself. The next day, everyone is preparing to have breakfast. They get very shocked when they see Unha. Jisoo doesn't like her and thinks that she wants to harm Jiwon, but Jiwon comes and tells them to not bother her. They all sit together and eat breakfast. He wants to go to his missing employee's house to see if he has visited his younger sister. Unha goes with him by saying that she knows how to communicate with kids, and it will be easier if she is there. He first refuses, but then takes her with him. They go there together. The kid first starts refusing to talk to Jiwon, but Unha convinces her to go inside their house. Jiwon goes inside and realizes that he hasn't visited his house for a long time. When he goes outside, he sees Unha and the kid making a kite together. They then start running outside together. He stands at a distance and keeps looking at her. This is the third time that he is watching her playing from distance and enjoying his time. Effortlessly, he keeps smiling while looking at her. This beautiful moment gets interrupted quickly. A prosecutor named Jang Hyunwoo approaches them. He is Unha's subscriber, and they have met before. He has the case of the drugs and money laundering. He believes that Jiwon is a dangerous person and yells at him for bringing Unha into this mess, as it's very dangerous. Jiwon says that he didn't force her at all and tells her to leave with the prosecutor. She doesn't want to do that, but Jiwon leaves them. Prosecutor is taking her home. He asks her if she is not scared of Jiwon. She says that she is supposed to be scared of him, but she isn't at all. She goes to Jiwon's house to take her stuff. He tells her that it is safer to be away from him and never get close to him because it's dangerous around him. He asks her name before leaving. She says, "I am Go Unha," and leaves. He gets very shocked, and tears are filled in his eyes. She goes to a 24-hour spa to stay there that night. While she's there, she meets Hongi. They start chatting with each other, and he tells her how his father sold him. But later, when he got older, Jiwon helped him be on the right track. They are having fun with each other, but a group of men come and start bothering him. Unha then comes forward and says that he is her brother, and they shouldn't bother him. They get scared, but they see Jiwon coming in. Both of them run towards him and hide behind his back. The moment they see him, they run away. Jiwon tells her that he wants to talk to her. He says that he was wrong, thinking that she will be safe away from him. He takes her bag and asks her to stay at his place as a stay-home tutor and teach the boys some math and literature, as they should learn more to get promoted. Unha is happy and accepts it. She enters the house, and he introduces her to the family and tells them that she will stay with them. They are excited to have her added to their family. The only person who is not happy is Jisoo, who is not trusting her. Her room is exactly right next to Jiwon's room. They start having conversation with each other. She tells her that he is very caring towards his family members and other employees. A fly gets on her face, and he helps her to get it off of her face. Her heart starts fluttering. She can't believe how hard her heart is beating. This is because she is developing feelings for him. She then tells him that she has memories with a boy at this house. She also tells him how he used to play with her. He asks her if those memories are good. She says those memories are good with a good person. Again, tears are filled in his eyes. The next day, he is offering her to throw a welcome party for her so they can celebrate her arrival to the family. She gets very happy about this. He gets too excited and puts his hand on her head. She gets very flustered, and both of them get very shy. They are having the welcome party. They are doing the drinking game, and she starts singing too. Jisoo, who didn't like her now, starts having fun with her too. The entire time, he is staring at her with a happy face. She has just given color and joy to the family. After their party, he starts searching for her and finds her sitting outside. He joins her and sits beside her. She is kind of drunk. She grabs his face and gets very close to him by saying that his eyes are sparkling and she wants to play with him. After looking at him for a while, she suddenly kisses him. This is a very unexpected kiss for him, which makes him very shocked that he just got a kiss from the girl that he likes. This is the end of part 1 recap for this drama. The second part will be in another video. Thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for upcoming recap videos. Bye everyone.